CARE, the Centers for Disease Control, believes 1.7 million Americans suffer traumatic brain injuries each year. One of the many common, lasting, and debilitating impacts is memory loss. Meg Terrell's kicking off a special series, Modern Medicine, as researchers try new methods to help those with memory loss. Meg.
Melissa, thank you so much. You might remember a couple of years ago, President Obama announced his BRAIN initiative. That was a multi-year effort to do for neuroscience what the Human Genome Project did for genomics. One of the agencies involved in this work is DARPA, the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, which you may know from its early work helping invent the internet. They and others are working to map the neural patterns in our brains that code for everything from movement to memory. DARPA's Dr. Justin Sanchez says we should think about the patterns of these millions of neurons firing essentially like a computer code of ones and zeros.
When it comes to humans, right, and how human brains are forming and recalling memories, we don't know a whole lot about that space, and especially from that kind of single neuron level. And that's why we're developing technologies here in order to really get down into that realm.
Now, one of the projects it's working on, what it calls a prosthetic memory to help with traumatic brain injury. Take a look at how that could work.
Declarative memory is how we store information like facts or events, grocery lists, or directions, for example. Those memories are formed in a region of the brain known as the hippocampus. When someone suffers a traumatic brain injury, the hippocampus can be damaged, making it hard to form or recall those declarative memories. DARPA's RAM system is aimed to act like prosthetic memory. It would implant electrodes in the hippocampus to intercept signals from neurons involved in memory formation. They'd then wirelessly transmit that information to a device worn externally. It would process the information and deliver instructions back if help with memory is needed, stimulating certain neurons to trigger their ability to form and recall memory.
So DARPA, of course, is part of the Department of Defense, and so a lot of the work it's doing is targeted toward military and returning veterans, but they hope that over time, as this gets developed, it can be for the broader population.
And what's the time frame for this,
We're
roughly?
hoping to get a prototype ready within 3 to 5 years.
3 to 5 years. Wow. Meg, thank you. Meg
Thank you.
Terrell. Well, the Dow and the S&P 500 hitting high.